Okay, today we're going to finish our wheels. As you can see, I've already finished my wheels. Okay, I got my 4 wheels together. They're all done, and they turned out really nice. Turned out where I got the hubs on them and everything. I gave them a nice coat of primer, getting ready for the final coat. So I have 2 more wheel rims here, and I'm going to show you how I went about to do this, okay? Alright. Now here, move around here, and know some stuff. I built me this little jig to drill the holes for the spokes in my rims here, okay? It's just a couple blocks of wood, my Dremel with a 1/8 inch bit, and then I shimmed this thing up to where it'll hit the holes. I went and I marked my spokes, which was easy to do because I could just take it, lay it on there, and then draw a line where all the spokes intersect the rim. So, I already drilled me 1 hole here, so I'll take off and start here. What I want to do is I want my drill to go right between these 2 wooden plies on the outside. There's not much tolerance there, so you have to be careful when you do this. So I'll just do a couple of them and to show you how, and then we'll cut it and pick it up doing the spokes, okay? So I just turn her on here. Just line it up with my line there. So you can see what I'm doing. See, I've got all the holes in there for my spokes, okay? So I'll go ahead and do the rest of these, and then I'll see you over at another place. Okay, I'm sitting over here at my carving desk. I've got me a piece of nice flat material here. It's just an old piece of paneling. And I've drawn me a circle on here, the same radius as this one here. So what I'm going to do is just line this one up in here. First of all, forgot, I'm going to put me down a sheet of wax paper. The reason for that is I'm going to be using super glue, and I don't want anything sticking to the piece of wood. And I'm going to take some push pins and anchor this circle in here. Just to hold it in place, like that. Alrighty, now for the spokes, like I mentioned before, these are just swabs, you know. If you don't have waxy ears, you'll have a lot of these left over. What I do is I just pull off the cotton on the end of them here, like that. And the first thing I'm going to do is, where's my little washer?
It was over there.
Hmm? It disappeared. Well, I'll give you another one.
There,
Got a lot of these little brass washers here that my father had, which just seem to work perfect for what I'm going to use them for. So I lower that washer right over that little hole there, the center of the thing, and I take my spoke, first spoke, on the hole. Where are you? And I run it straight across to the other side, just like that, okay? And I take a little super glue. A little drop there and a little drop there. Move that back into position, kind of bend it out so I can drag that super glue back over the, oh, where are you? Where'd that hole go? There it is, right there. Just like that. And take some of my accelerant here and just spray that on there like that. And wait for that super glue to go off. There it went off. Okay, so we got our first one done. That's the key right here, is this first one. Okay, now for the next one. Where'd my knife go? Right there. I come back here and I shave that down like that. Can you see that? And I'm going to take this and just run it right in there, just aiming it toward the center. And I get another one. I got one already split here, and I'm taking it and I'm running it in towards the center, just like that. The reason I shave off that end on this, because when they all come together in that center, you need to do that or they're not going to line up right, just like that. And I just work my way around. So we'll come back. I'll go continue doing this and then we'll come back after I get it all done for the next step. Okay, I got all my spokes cut. So now what I want to do is just do one side at a time. Press this down so it goes down there. Make sure all my little spokes meet here in the center like they're supposed to. They don't have to be exact because this is going to be covered up. And then I'm going to take my glue, super glue again, and I'm going to put some here. Just like that. Use that accelerant again to set it off. Just hold it here for a second till it goes off. Okay. Now I've got that done, so now I'll line up these others. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who build model wagons that are going to look at my method here and say, what the hell is he doing? That's not correct. He's supposed to whittle those things down and everything. Okay, so that's all right. But this works for me. Wait till that goes off. It's all right. So then I get me another washer right here, and I'm going to take a piece of sandpaper, which is on the other table. And just kind of rough this up, because it's been sitting around for quite a few years. You're probably asking, why didn't you do that on the first washer? Well, I forgot. But it's okay. Alright, so I got that one done. So now I'm going to put this right back over the center of that. Get it at the junction of all those. Looks good right there. And I'm going to take this and put a little drop right in the middle, like that. And let it soak down through. There, I got another drop. Let that soak down through. Put a little accelerant in there. Let that go off, which it's doing. Now for the big question of, did it work? Sure it worked. No doubt about it. Okay, now, what do you do with all this thing sticking out? Well, I get my little nippers. Here you go.
And the nippers.
Come over to my trash. Whoa, got a loose one. How did he get loose? Let me fix that before I go any further.
Throw down epoxy glue.
Okay, got my wheel over here. Got my washer sanded down smooth. I got the smooth best side of the wheel out. Now I've mixed me up some 2-part epoxy here. This is 5-minute epoxy. And I'm just going to rub some around the outside here. I could have used super glue, but I want to make sure that these hubs stay on here. I'm just going to drop that right on there. Press her down. And then just hold it up to the light to make sure I got it centered. I just come over just a little. And that looks pretty good. So 5 minutes, that'll be set up. And I could give the outside here a final sanding and take it out and give it some coat of primer. I'll have to come in with my knife and cut out, any of this straggler wood chips that always seem to form, when you're drilling. But anyway, makes a good wheel. Looks nice. Now, I could put a hub on this one back here. It actually should have one, but I'm not going to, because it doesn't really need it for what, for the limited thing that I'm doing. So I'm just not going to do that. This will be perfectly fine once it's painted and everything. It'll look great on that wagon. So that's going to be it for this part, and in the next part we will start building the frame and the axles. So until then, I'll talk to you later.